Hello, welcome back to another live Make Dinner with Me, where I make dinner with you on camera as we talk about tips and tricks and all things around health and wellness for the busy mom. Hi, I'm Stephanie Rao. If you don't know me, now you do. And if you do know me, then I say thank you for your continued support. As I do these lives each and every day, usually Monday through Friday is what I do because the weekend is more geared toward family time. So I am chopping up onions, my least favorite thing to do because it always burns my eyes, always. So I'm throwing them in, and then I'm gonna chop up bell pepper here. I wonder why. I'm just gonna open my Facebook and see if it's all good to go. Yep, looks good on this. Oh, and I misspelled a word in the kitchen. Oops, sorry for my misspelling. But I have the Facebook open so that in case any comments come in, I can see them, just like I see Instagram right in front of me. So if you notice that my eyes, well, right now my eyes are burning, so they're closed from the onion. But if you notice that my eyes keep going back and forth from this direction to this direction to this direction, it's because I'm trying to be considerate at looking at both audiences. So that's pretty much why. It's not that I am ignoring the camera. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Nice to see you on the live. I am currently crying because I cut up onions. It never fails. Never, ever fails with these onions. They just love to make me cry. I'm going to need to buy them pre-cut or put them in my food processor where it shreds it so that I don't cry. But this is faster if I just do it myself than getting all the equipment out. But we are making chicken quesadillas. I like to be silly with the names and say quesadillas, even though that's not how you pronounce it. But I always say something silly, like when I say salad to my sister, I say salad. I like to call it salad. But that's just me being silly. Anyways, you have a numb mouth. Ooh, today was the appointment, huh? Well, sorry for that. That's not fun. But speaking of the dentist, I do need to make an appointment pretty soon because I haven't had a visit since way before I moved. So now you're reminding me of that. All right, so that's all cut up. Now I need to cut up my chicken. Hopefully it's all thawed right now. This thing keeps getting frozen on Facebook. I don't know why. All right. Excuse me as I discard the trash part of the produce. Time to get my hands dirty with chicken. And it's later than I wanted it to be. I like to get started around 4:30, but I got too consumed with how messy the house was from the children that I needed to clean it. I was like, I can't do anything else until this area is clean. So I started cleaning that up with the kids, and then before I know it, I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get on live and I gotta get dinner ready. So luckily, quesadillas is a pretty simple meal to make. Should be done within 10 minutes or so once everything's all set. But oh, it's cold. Cold. So I have the onions that making me my eyes burn, and now I'm having the chicken freezing my hands. Darn it. try to cut this quickly so that I don't have to freeze my hands anymore. What's for dinner tonight, Melissa? And anybody else watching on Facebook. I do see someone on Facebook, but it's not showing me who it is because it shows that I got hearts. So if you're watching live, hello. Ziggy told me to drink water. There she is. Listen.
This is a reminder. Drink water. Just let me know if this is done.
So Alexa, which we call Ziggy, tells me to drink water every hour on the hour. I set that up because I had a bad habit of not hydrating myself every day. And that's been a habit for many years. I've always had the problem. You're not eating. Oh, okay, yeah, because your mouth is numb. I get that. But did you cook for your husband? Was there leftovers? Are you gonna eat something later? So yeah, that's one of the things that, like, if you wrote something, and especially as consistency is your problem, then finding measures like having your Alexa remind you to do something or scheduling something in your phone's calendar, because that like notifications is a nice little mom hack to keep you consistent. I definitely need that when it comes to the water thing. All right. Throwing in chicken. Hopefully we can get this all cooked pretty fast. And then we'll build the quesadilla. He's having a meatball sub. You bought already cooked meatballs. That is pretty nifty. I do that with the kids. Buy the meatballs already all set. I haven't actually made homemade meatballs in a while. I've been wanting to, though. I just haven't got around to doing it. I think I need to raise the heat because it doesn't even look like it's cooking. I'm just transferring chicken from the cutting board to the pan. All right, so today what's topic is actually I talked about last night, 3-day event. We had day 1 start yesterday. Tonight will be day 2. And if you're watching this and you're like, oh man, I missed it, if you wanted to be a part, still sign up. The link is open to register, and even though the first day was over, I have the replays going up so you can watch, and they won't be shut down till Thanksgiving, so you still have time to kind of catch up, be a part of it, maybe get in on some of the prizes. It's gonna be a good time. In today's topic, we're talking about building your dream body the right way, the tips and tactics and strategies that you can use to do that. All right, that's all the chicken. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I can get into what I was saying about today's topic. So my hands are full of chicken juice. Okay. Dry them up and raise the heat. And then I'm just gonna stir that up and get it all cooked so that we can have dinner. I've had a cough since yesterday and it just doesn't want to leave my body. And my boys started with the cough, and now it's me and my daughter that are having the cough. So, anyway, one of the things I think I understood my reel on it last night was about roadblocks. And when you think about roadblocks in general, like in the general sense, you think of something that's in the middle of the road as you're driving. It could be cones, it could be construction, it could be a pothole. Back where I'm from in Massachusetts, we're famous for having potholes everywhere. Um, any of those things is going to cause you to take a detour. It's going to cause you to not be able to go through or have to wait. Yesterday, I went through a section to get to my street, and there was construction going on. So they had like cross guards or whatever holding up the traffic, right? So it's like you either wait for however long it takes to get where you're gonna have to take a detour. And most of the time, there is some sort of detour. And so in our journey into health, wellness, weight loss, we can often these roadblocks, and these roadblocks manifest in many different ways. One being the old habits, these generational habits that just keep presenting itself over and over. You don't know how to, quit that cycle. You go back to it, or maybe there's a traumatic event that happens in your life that really brings you back to the emotional eating, to constant snacking, to overeating, to these things that sabotage weight loss success. And so really sitting with that, bringing awareness to what comes back over and over and over again is going to help you move forward in your weight loss. And so that when things like that happen again, you are armed, you're armed to move forward from that, because we can't change what happens around us, right? We can't change that the construction is on the street that we need to take to get to our home. But we can change how we respond to it. We can change our actions around it. We can navigate a little better around it. Take the deep. It might take a little longer, but at least you get to your destination, right? And so thinking about it and thinking more about am I stuck because I have this lack of confidence in myself, that I don't feel worthy? Constantly comparing to other people, constantly trying to be perfect at everything, and that's really holding me back. Am I too tied up or obsessed? I am use the word obsessed for this because I've just seen it too often. Am I too obsessed with the number on the scale? Am I too obsessed with diet culture? Like what society, media, influencers have told me or have been taught about having to decrease your calories so much to lose weight, or to exercise so constantly, where it becomes an obsession instead of a way to serve your body, a way to feel confident that you're doing good for your body. There's a big, huge difference between those two. Sorry. So you really want to be able to move forward from that, because when something comes up, and it will, know what it is. We're not mind readers, we're not tellers, we're not that kind of stuff. Where only God knows what lies ahead in our life and our path. But when they do come up, instead of responding the way you used to, where you coped with food, coped with alcohol, or you that was very unhealthy for you and your body and your family, instead have that arsenal where you can say, I know how to manage this. Whatever I'm doing right now is hard, and it's that. Be okay with the fact that this is a hard challenge right now. What I'm going through right now is not easy. It's something that is very difficult, but I'm going to take maybe that detour, or I'm going to ride it out. So that crossguard turns and says, you can go through. Because think about it. Let's just keep using that road analogy. What's it going to do for you if you get to that rock, whatever it may be? I know construction is probably like the most annoying one. Like whatever causes traffic, probably the most annoying one. Would it serve you any more to get angry at whoever's in front of you, to just get riled up, stressed, and anxious when you can't change what is right in front of you? Or would it serve you better to think critically, to be intentional, to know that you have a destination to, and you're going to do whatever possible to get there? And it's not always what we expect it to be. It's not always in the time frame that we want it to be, and it might not even be exactly what we want it to be. Right? We just want to go through, like that path of existence, like that's right there. My street's right there. But instead, I got to take a 3-4 minute detour out of the way. It's not what we want ideally. But if it ultimately gets you to your destination, then you're winning for your weight loss. I've seen so many people lose like a large amount of weight, 30 pounds, 40 pounds in very few short months. And whichever mode it took to do that, there's many different ways. They didn't work on what was the roadblock to begin with. They kind of just, like the road, just tried to go through the track no matter what, stubbornly. And instead of seeing like there's a pothole ahead, and now you're hitting that pothole because you chose not to think critically, intentionally, even listen to what God might be wanting for you, the road will become more of a burden. It'll become more of a place where you become stuck. And so, this is really a message for those that have just been struggling for a long time, years maybe, or you had been like me, because too often we're too quick to want the fast track, to get things done and over with, to have it right now, that instant gratification. And when we try that route, it doesn't pan out. It ends up backfiring. And so I just challenge you to really evaluate what that roadblock is for yourself, so that you're able to conquer it and be to manage when a situation, when another, traumatic event or a nasty habit that comes back and forth, so that you're not in the cycle of putting the weight back on, talking negatively about yourself, hating the way you feel, all those things. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but because this is a short 20-minute live, I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek of some of the things that I spoke about in our in our first day of the event. So tonight's going to be great. I gotta check on the chicken because I put it up to high, and then I put it cover on, and I didn't check on it. So looks good. I just need to season this. Well, like I said, this cough is not going away. Hopefully, it'll stay long. It kind of feels like nasal drip. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. All right. So what I usually season with is different things. I have stopped using like taco packets or like the pre-filled seasonings for reasons. Number one, they tend to have like MSG or some kind of preservative. Two, they always tend to be too spicy for my husband. And so we've kind of to make our own concoction. So of course I'm grabbing garlic because I love garlic. Um, and I love paprika, the red stuff. Um, what else shall I with this? Usually I do Italian, but I think my Italian from my I have like a rack over here. I don't know if you can see it. The rack, spice rack. I fill that often because they're little, and I think I'm out of the Italian. Let's see. Yep, I'm out. So I'm just gonna use basil and oregano, and we'll just see how it goes. Oh, and a little salt, of course, a little salt. And then where's the oregano? My mom hated this here because in alphabetical order, but like it's hard to always keep it in alphabetical order. It really is because you just want to throw it back in. Yeah. So we can't find oregano for whatever reason. Oh, basil. I took no first. I can't do pepper. For my husband is sensitive to pepper. Occasionally, if it's something big, then I'll put a tad. I have white pepper, which seems a little easy for him, but again, it's like the smallest dash. It's not even like a quarter teaspoon. Like it's the smallest thing you can think of. But I think what I have is a good concoction. Should be enough. And then we're going to build our quesadilla. So when I used to do quesadillas, I would always take two tortillas, and I would put one down on the skillet, and then I fill it up with the filling, and then I'd put the other one on top with the cheese, obviously, to kind of glue it. But what I found was when flipping, you got to flip it so it's nice and toast both sides. The stuff out from in the middle, even with the cheese, like it would just fall out. And so now the way I do it is I kind of, ooh, baby, that was a lot. I hate when I do that and I can't take it out. So hopefully it's not too bad, but that was put too much of it. Now I I fold it in half and then stuff it that way with cheese, and it's so much easier to flip. So that's just I don't know if you tried quesadillas and how it worked and how you flipped it or what, but that is what I do now. I hope this is not too onion. Oh boy, that came out like a lot. We shall see. We shall see if it's going to be too oniony. So I have my other skillet here. Oh, you know what I realized on Instagram? Oh, both of you, you can't see my skillets. There you go. That way you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to, I guess I'll just use some spray. And I said I fold it in half. So I put it like this. Take the filling on one side of it. Actually, I'm going to get the cheese. I like to put cheese on both sides. Move that. All right. Now, finish filling it. Oh, and this is not even on. Hello. One more piece of chicken right here with onion. And then where's my spatula? And I take this side because there's no meat on that, and I fold it in half. Now I can shut off this side because this meat is all cooked. Yeah, that's all cooked. So just gotta wait for this to cook. You got it nice and toasty side, and then I'll flip it to the other side and get that toasty, and then I'll slice it into like slices. So that's what I do with that. But yeah, I was talking, and a lot of times when I talk, I don't know, and go somewhere else, and I opened this part and started pouring when I should have just went like this, where the whole. Hopefully it doesn't taste too overbearing. And it's the onion, not the garlic, so too much garlic would be bad. Too much garlic would have been bad, but the onion, I don't know. I haven't had that experience. But I did restart my sourdough starter, and seems like it's doubled today. Smells great. So I'm gonna be probably doing some sourdough recipes soon because I used to do it back in Massachusetts. Then I let my starter die. Moved. It was really bad. It smelled really bad. So I was like, I'm dumping this. I'll start all over again. So the annoying part is waiting the 2 weeks for it to mature. But I think finally I got it. And it's been almost 3 weeks. So blame the onions. Don't burn it. No, I'll burn it. You still doing that? Yeah, well, like I said, I let mine die. So it's been a while. And I just restarted it. So. Oh, my daughter is calling for me. So now it says 27 minutes I've been on the live. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for joining me live. And thank you for watching the replay. I know there's quite a few of you that do watch the replay. So thank you. Always let me know in the comments that you're watching the replay. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask them. That's what I'm here for. I would like to make this more interactive as a Q&A so that I can answer your questions live. So hopefully we can build that community up here. Now I'm going to sign off because we got to eat, and then I'm getting ready for our live tonight. Talk to you all soon. See you tomorrow. Bye. God bless.